The Dads That Game radio podcast is brought to you by Video Games Monthly. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service that delivers retro video games to gamers who own classic gaming systems from the 1980s through 2000s. And the best part is, you keep the games. Check us out at videogamesmonthly.com.
Live from his wife's basement, still gaming into their elder years. This is the Dads That Game radio podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Michael Wolf and William Small.
Welcome to the Dads That Game radio podcast. I am your host, Michael Wolf. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I've always wanted to do this. Will's not with me right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to call him, and we're going to bring him on live on the air, but we're not going to tell him about it. So, shh, everybody, just quiet. Here we go. Hold on. We'll see what wacky things he says when he doesn't think we're on the air. Hold on here. Okay, styling. Shh, quiet. Nobody tell him. Shh.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you feeling?
A lot better.
Rather, how's your hand feeling?
A lot better.
Yeah.
Just the nerve was really pinched. Yeah. So, I got my brace back on. Took some leave.
I know how that goes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
So, you ready?
Well, all right. Thanks for doing this time, just rather than a little earlier. I've been trying to. I knew that this was going to happen. If we had tried to record an hour ago, my kids would have been calling me nonstop while we were doing it. I finally got a hold of them, said goodnight, and so that way my phone wouldn't be going crazy.
No, that's cool.
So, yes, I read the notes. I'm good. All right.
So, you ready to record?
Yes.
Okay. I've been recording for about the last minute, so.
No.
Surprise. No, I'm serious. I've been recording the last minute. So, welcome to the show. It is show 111. No, it's not. It's 112 now. Yay. This is the surprise show. Also, I like to call this FortNut has gone way too far. Way
too far.
Way too far. Yeah. So this show is going to be devoted mostly to Fortnite stories this time around. So if it's not your cup of tea, turn the dial, because we're going to talk a lot about Fortnite today. Man, it's a majority Fortnite show. It's kind of interesting. But yeah. So yeah, no, we normally do the show Sunday, but I woke up Sunday morning and my hand was just killing me. So I graciously called Will early in the morning, and I'm like, can we just record later? And he's like, let's just do it Monday. And I'm like, okay, fine, no worries. But no, it's feeling a lot better today. I've been wearing my brace, took some leave. I don't know. It's just a nerve. Like I said, just damaged a nerve, so hopefully it'll get better here. But I'm still fighting it. So, but no, it's been all right otherwise. So we'll see what happens. So, but what have you been up to? What have you been playing? I've been playing a lot of, I don't know if you've ever played this game. It's still in early alpha, but it's on PC, but it's called Factorio. Where you just, yeah, it's a lot of fun. You build factories and kind of, do different things and, discover new technologies and things like that. But I've had a lot of fun with it. It's actually a really, really neat game. And, I'm not hating it.
Interesting.
Yeah, not hating it at all.
So let's see. I've been playing a lot of Warframe again.
Sure.
Still, I've been playing Dying Light.
Sure.
And I'm getting pretty far into it again. This time around, I tried to play smarter to actually. The first time I played it, I beat the whole game and everything, but I found it really difficult to do the expansion because I had kind of gone through the early stuff relatively quickly and never got all the way down on the trees. And so I never mastered like any of the three, like agility or any of those. And when you unlock them all the way, they give you some huge bonuses. So this time I'm getting really close to doing that. So I'm not even near the end of the game.
Nothing new, but just going through your back catalog, basically.
No, I went back to also on my Switch. I'm playing Xenoblade.
I need to get back into that. I think that's going to be the next game I need to finish in my back catalog.
It's so devastatingly.
It's good.
There's so many things. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
But going back to it after a really long time of not playing it, I'm so clueless.
That's horrible.
Just so many things that you don't understand or know because you aren't playing it anymore.
Sure.
And not only that, but I had paid for the expansion pass and everything, and so suddenly the game has all this stuff in it that it didn't have before. So there's a ton of new things, and yeah.
I don't want to go back in and start anew because I was pretty far deep into it, but I need to go back in and just bear
I think
down
if you just kind of
it.
like run around and pick up a bunch of side quests and do those, you'll get the hang of everything again.
Yeah. I'll have to figure it out.
Yeah, it's such a good game. It
Sure.
really, really is.
No, I definitely, like I said, it's
But that's what happened.
add it to the fire because God, I have so many back catalog games I need to finish.
Yeah, you and your list of games that never end.
I'll probably never in my lifetime. And I have a plan, depending on exactly how well systems hold up, I guess. But when I'm like, because I can retire when I'm 57, so I'm doing really good for my career choices right now. Because I can retire once I get 30 years into the government. Once I hit 30 years, I'll be about 57. And then really, honestly, unless you're dying for money or unless you played your cards wrong and how you did your retirement package. Because I'll get a pension, I'll get Social Security when I'm 65, obviously. But I'll be set, is what I'm saying, when I retire. But I can retire before I'm 60.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty well off right now. So,
all right.
But that's my plan though. Is when I finally retire, it'd be just me playing video games like constantly. So maybe I'll be the oldest streamer there is if streaming is still a thing. I don't know. I mean that's 20 something years.
You'll be
from
on to
now,
something completely new and different. Yeah.
Oh God, I just made myself sad. That's like 20.
I'll be retiring at that point.
I'll be 57 in 20 years. Oh my God, I just made myself really sad.
You say that today at work, both my boss and one of my coworkers retired. Today was their retirement party kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so,
jeez,
I
just brought down the whole mood of the show. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
how dare you?
Yeah, I know.
Awesome.
Well, in case you're wondering, like I said, this is show 112. Please go to support us. Go to noobsandpros.com. Click on the link that just says Dad's the Game. You can find our podcast there. It's really easy to find. Also, thank you for tuning in Thursday nights on the Podcast Radio Network. Please always support the Podcast Radio Network. You can download their apps. The Crikey app, Krykey, tune into 102.6. Also, you can download the TuneIn app and then just search for the Podcast Radio Network. And also, you can say, Alexa. Okay, she's not listening. Tune to the Podcast Radio Network.
You gotta say it really quiet. She'll go ahead and just...
She will just pick it up. Yeah. You can just say that as well, and she'll find it as well. Also, thank you to our friends, Player One Coffee. Please visit their website, playeronecoffee.com. Type in the code DADSThatGame for 5% off your first-time order. So, thank you to them. Interesting week. Like I said, the block of Fortnite news we have today, unreal. Like, I never thought, like, in a single week, like, there could be just so many stories about the same game, but everybody and their mother is talking about Fortnite right now, so apparently we have to.
Well, for good reason, but it's not a good reason. That's the thing.
I would say the stories we have today are a mixture of good and then just ludicrous, like, seriously.
Yeah. So,
because there's some ludicrous stories about Fortnite, which I've done extensive research on one of them. We'll get into it. It's kind of funny. Will knows. But then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the others as well. But let's talk about, obviously, games you can get yourself this week. This will stretch you from the 30th, obviously today, all the way up until the 4th. You can get yourself La Mulana 2 on PC. That is actually out today. So, yeah. That actually looks pretty cool. I don't know, Castlevania-ish, I guess. I don't know. So, could be wrong. Starting tomorrow on the 31st, you can get yourself 1979 Revolution Black Friday on PS4 and Nintendo Switch. That doesn't look too bad. Interesting. Looks like there's a 1979 atmosphere and you're in a revolution. So, not really a stretch for a game.
All right.
I don't know where to go with that. I'm going to spell this one because I'll probably butcher it. Maybe Will can say it for me. ANAMORPHINE Anamorphine, I guess.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's on PlayStation 4. Also, there's Castaway Paradise on PlayStation 4. Chasm on PlayStation 4. Pixel Ripped 1989 on PlayStation 4. A lot of third-party games still. I'm going to spell this one. Touhou. Touhou Sky Arena on PlayStation 4. A lot of Japan. Well, the reason you're seeing so many interesting names is we talked about this a long time ago, but Japan is really taking a risk on pushing more games to the West. So you will see some very interesting named games still coming over to the West, probably on PlayStation Store. I don't know if these are going to be physical copies. Either that or there's honestly probably just released in Japan, but my list says they're coming out. So we'll see. You can also get yourself the Wardrobe on PlayStation 4. I wonder what that game's about. Huh, not about a wardrobe. Okay, then. There's no lion or witch anywhere. Did-ums.
I was going to say,
all right.
You beat me to it.
Yeah, got it. All right. These are the jokes, people. These are the jokes. You can get yourself Code of Princess on Nintendo Switch, Titan Quest on Nintendo Switch, State of Anarchy. Actually, I'm sorry, that was it for the 31st. Starting the 1st, you can get yourself State of Anarchy, Master of Mayhem. This game has been out before, but it's coming over to PC on the 1st, so it's Yakuza 0. If any fans of Yakuza, you'll know what's going on. Finally coming over to PC, which is actually really cool to see. Road to Valhalla on PlayStation 4. It just looks like a giant sphere, so I have no idea. There's also Not a Hero. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, that was it for the 1st. On the 2nd, you can get yourself Not a Hero on Nintendo Switch, Flat Heroes on Nintendo Switch, Kensho on Nintendo Switch. Kensho, I have no idea what it's about. It's by 52 games. It's been out for Mac and PC before. So if you know about that game, send us an email. Love to know about it. Cycle 28 on Nintendo Switch. Picross S2 on Nintendo Switch. Ikimo, Splinters of the Dark Shard on Nintendo Switch. Man, I'm batting 1,000 today. I got these Japanese names down. All right. Guns, Gore, and Cannoli 2. I've played Guns, Gore, and Cannoli. Fun game. I did not realize the sequel was that close, but it's coming out Nintendo Switch on the 2nd. Yeah. Crush Your Enemies on Nintendo Switch. Salt and Sanctuary on Nintendo Switch. That was it for the 2nd, and then on the 3rd, you can get yourself WarioWare Gold. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is the WarioWare collection, so it's like the best of the WarioWare games, right? The micro games?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. That's on 3DS, though. So it's not on Switch, it's on 3DS, but still really cool. Very, very fun game if you ever played the WarioWare games before. The Inner World, The Last Wind Monk on Nintendo Switch. The Inner World on Nintendo Switch. That's it. And then next week, sports fans get excited because new Madden will be out next week. I did not realize that was that soon. Dear Lord. Whew. Madden 19 next week. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of cool games coming out. Like I said, this is kind of we said this last week, but we said this is kind of the filler time where you'll see a lot more third-party independent games. Here's the thing about independent games. I love independent games. Some of them are amazing, like just absolutely beautiful. Just fun ideas. And I think that's the great thing about independent games is they're not, tainted by these huge companies and they can make the vision that they wanted to. The only problem that I have, though, is I do not recognize the Nintendo Switch shop anymore. Because every day that I log into this thing, or whenever I can never find a game that I want because it's just bombarded with other games. So if you've ever been on the Nintendo Switch shop, it's like I'm happy to see it because obviously, like, we're talking about Wii U to Nintendo Switch. Wii U had nothing. And then you log into Nintendo Switch and you're like, okay, we get it, Nintendo. Like, you're at this point, you're just overcompensating for what you didn't have with the Wii U. So I don't hate it. It's just
it's insane.
It's just insane.
Just so much.
Right. So, like I said, I don't hate it, but it's just I don't know where to navigate half the time. I wish they had a better navigation system. Hopefully they'll fix that. So. But that was it for the weekend release. Obviously, man, I don't even know where to start. We'll start with an interesting story. We'll get right into the news because Like I said, a lot of this is going to be eaten up by Fortnite news, but I did want to talk about an interesting story that I actually put together myself this week. This is an original story, not one that we've gotten from other news sources. Right. So I was actually pretty proud of myself because this actually happened to me. So here's the deal. This week, obviously, it was Thursday. I don't know if you guys have been hearing about this. We talked about this a little bit on the show, but I did not realize how cool these things are. Arcade 1-Up, and we've talked about this many, many times before. We said there was a company making video game console machines like 3/4 the size at like fractions of the cost that it would cost you to buy like an actual arcade machine. Well, the company's called Arcade 1-Up, and it's finally happening. I thought it was going to happen around November, but apparently it's going to be available September, which bonus. Won't have to wait as long. But they announced their pre-orders for these machines, and pre-orders went well. You can still pre-order. Don't get me wrong. Like, you can still pre-order a machine if you want to spend the money, but the price got mixed up so bad between the companies that were offering the pre-orders. So what happened was my wife, bless her heart, she pre-ordered one for my birthday, which was super awesome of her. And she said we could spend the money. We had the money to spend. She pre-ordered one for my birthday, and she got it all ready. She went through GameStop, though, and the day that they were offering the pre-order, they were going on the website. It was $399.99, so it's a $400 system. But compared to $2,000 for an arcade machine, that's a deal. So, and these things are amazing. Yeah. Like, if you haven't seen it, go to arcade1up.com. Check out these things because they're just unreal. Multi-cade machines. They have multiple games in them. Multiple machines. There's a Street Fighter one. The one she got me the Rampage and Joust one. So I'm super excited about that because it has 3-player. But just a lot of other machines. So she ordered one from GameStop, $399.99. No big deal. And then I was searching through the internet and I saw on IGN their deals of the week. And they're like, hey, if you want to save $100 on these Arcade 1-Up machines, they're like, pre-order from Walmart. I thought the impression that I got, and I think a lot of other media companies got as well, is the $100 was only off the Street Fighter one, but after doing further research, it was on all of them. So Walmart was offering them for $299 instead of the $399. So we're like, oh crap, why do we want to spend $100? $100 extra for something we can get cheaper? So apparently everybody felt the same way because. Everybody started basically going on GameStop's website. So many people pre-ordered these things. Everybody canceled their pre-orders through GameStop. It crashed their website. Not even kidding. Like it was a couple hours. Yeah. It crashed their website because so many people were canceling. So my wife wasn't able to get on their website. She had to call them, which she said she waited 21 minutes just to talk to somebody for just the cancellation of this. So I'm guessing thousands upon thousands of people pre-ordered this dang thing. They canceled. We finally got it canceled. She pre-ordered it through Walmart at the $299.99. We thought this was all done, but lo and behold, no. Apparently, I don't know what happened with Arcade 1-Up or with GameStop, but the price got messed up where the systems themselves, they're not $399, they're $299. And I don't know if that was because Walmart lowballed them like they normally do with prices, saying like, you will sell them for, this amount.
Yeah.
And I know they do that sometimes. Like, I know they do that to companies. Like, I know Costco does that to companies too. Like, we will let you have this product in our store if you set it for this amount. Like, you cannot go above this amount. So I don't know if that was the situation. I'd have to do more research on it. I don't know if we can maybe talk to Arcade 1-Up and see what happened. But then we got an email from GameStop saying, this is per quote for what GameStop sent us. It says, we've noticed that you've recently canceled your GameStop.com order for the Arcade 1-Up gaming cabinet. It says, we have great news. The pre-order price for this product has decreased from $399 to $299. If you decide to create a new order, we would like to give you 5,000 power-up rewards points for the inconvenience. The extra points will be added to your account within 72 hours of after your order ships. We apologize for any confusion regarding this product and hope that you decide to reorder this amazing product. Wow. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if this was an Arcade 1-Up mess up. I don't know if this was a GameStop mess up. Messy. Just very messy just to order these arcade machines. But I think these are going to be a hot ticket item, man. I'm serious. I
think so.
If you haven't seen them, honestly, it's cheaper than an Xbox One, obviously. Both ways, either $399 or $299, because you're going to drop $500, obviously, on an Xbox One. Cheaper than the PlayStation 4 Pro. Same price as obviously Nintendo Switch. So $299. So not too shabby at $299. Honestly, I was even okay at $399 because realistically, like I said, if you go out to an arcade auction, or if you try to buy these retail, I guarantee you're going to spend about $2,500 for a brand new machine. Just because they're so big. And they're so pricey, unfortunately. I mean, I remember I went to an arcade auction. I'm sorry. I bought a rundown. I'm trying to remember what the game was. It was the little game with the pilots, the little flying machines, and you can get power ups. Raiden 3, that's what it was. So I got Raiden 3, but I spent $300 on that thing. And the arcade, the machine itself was about 400 pounds. We've told the story before about how I put my friend through a wall, carrying it down the stairs. Because the machine slipped and he was at the bottom end of it. It was really bad. But just super, super heavy machines. They're not something that you can, unless you have like a professional moving crew or professional gear. You're just
easy to get around.
Yeah, you're just not going to be able to get it around super easy. Like I remember when I sold mine, I put mine up for, I think 150, just because I was just trying to make some of my money back. And the guy was trying to be clever, even though, like, I had the last laugh, because he was like, well, would you take 100 for it? And I honestly, like, in my mind, I was like, if you can get it out of my damn basement, I was like, you can have it for free. Because at that time, it just took up so much space, and it was so heavy, I didn't know what I was going to do. But I took $100 for it. So I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal. Like, sucker. Enjoy that death trap moving that thing around. It's so heavy, though. But the cool thing about Arcade 1-Up, and I sound like an infomercial for Arcade 1-Up right now, but I'm really excited for these machines because they're like 70 pounds. So something you're going to be able to move. You have to build it yourself is the only, obviously, drawback. But they give you detailed, step-by-step instructions of how to build it. It all snaps in together, super easy. It's like building, like a nightstand. Like, honestly, like you just screw here, here, put in the panel, put in the controller thing, done. But they're like, 60 to 70 pounds. You can buy little risers for them, which they said will be cheaper than $50, and those will be available. What was the date they said? Oh, September 25th. So they'll have little risers that you can prop them up because they're shorter than regular arcade machines. Like there's something that you would have to sit down at, but you can buy the little riser and sit up just like the normal arcade thing. So yeah, total screw up though. Like I said, I don't know if it was Arcade 1-Up announcing what the prices were going to be. I don't know if GameStop was just like, well, we're just going to charge $3.99. That could be. GameStop does a lot of crap like that, so I don't know. Or like I said, I don't know if it was a situation to where like they're $3.99 and Walmart was like, no, you're going to sell them for $100 cheaper.
Yeah, you're going to sell them cheaper, and we're just going to. That's what you're going to do.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's, I guess, 3 possible scenarios that could come of, but I just thought it was a very interesting story this week because, yeah, like I said, it totally crashed GameStop's website the day that everybody found out you can get them $100 cheaper at Walmart. So right now, they're across the board. You can pre-order them at $2.99. So I would definitely say if you're, a retro game fan, or if you've ever wanted your own arcade machine and don't want to spend $2,500 and kill yourself trying to move it, definitely a really good alternative. So I've always, like I said, I've always wanted an arcade machine. I got an arcade machine, but once I had it, just the size of it and I don't know. It's always hit or miss when you go to an arcade auction too, because a lot of the times that's not going to be like new condition. It's just going to be a condition, and
right. They
have CRTs in them, and the CRTs are super old. And yeah, I mean, honestly, that's all you can pray for. Because I mean, it's easy. It's easy to research how to replace parts and stuff like that. But I mean, if you don't know how to weld, or if you don't know how to solder, well, not weld, but solder, you're probably getting a little over your head. So luckily for me, like I used to do RC remote control cars, so I know how to solder, but I didn't want to even mess with it. So I just sold it. So, but I'm really excited to see that they're doing this for, obviously any retro game enthusiast. And it'll be really cool too, because this is something I can travel with and I can take to Battlegrounds. So, cause I can move 70 pounds easy. So I pick up my kid every day, and she's a good 65 pounds. So yeah, not a big deal. Yeah, not a big deal. But we've wasted enough time, I think. Yeah, pretty sure. Sorry. But let's talk about the Fortnite stories of the week. And actually, I think I'm going to go over this story real quick before we just totally blast the air with Fortnite stories. But I did want to talk about, obviously, get excited, Nintendo Switch fans. GameCube controllers for the Nintendo Switch are coming back. They announced that when obviously they announced the Super Smash Brothers, the new edition, obviously coming out December 7th. But I did not realize how cool these new GameCube controllers for the Switch are going to be. The company that's making them right now is a company called PDP. They will come in 3 designs, each styled after obviously Nintendo's most iconic characters. The Mario version comes in red, Pikachu in yellow, and the Legend of Zelda Link gets a blue model. So they're modeling it after Breath of the Wild. They'll connect with the Switch via a 10-foot USB cable, so you'll have plenty of room. They offer both a dedicated connection and a room play in most gaming environments. Let me see. The best part, however, they said are the controller adjustments actually you can make on the controller itself. So they're basically kind of borrowing the concept from Xbox One's Elite controller, where you can kind of swap out thumb pads and stuff like that.
Change out parts,
you can do the same thing. So I'm actually pretty excited for that. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's cool. I'm not really a I've never been like one of like the crazy avid Super Smash people.
Sure. I gotcha.
So I mean, I like the controller. I loved the GameCube. I would say that it's up there as one of my favorite Nintendo systems after, Super Nintendo, and then obviously now the Switch.
Right.
But I mean, it's a cool premise, but I don't know that it would be something that I would spend money on, seeing as I don't know that I'll even buy Super Smash Brothers.
Really? You're not on board? Huh.
Oh, I think it's a crazy cool idea this time with all of the characters and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think it's cool, but again, it goes back to the reason why I don't really spend much time with Fortnite or any of those games. I get bored really easily of fighting games.
So you're not really into the whole competitive scene, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, I'm like Captain Derpy when it comes to competing video game wise. Like if we could compete on who could, find the most stuff in an RPG, then maybe I'd do that.
Right.
It'd be really boring competition.
Right, like discover every little aspect of the map and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that, but that's who I am. I'm like that guy that wants to find all of the secrets.
Right. You just want to enjoy the game.
But but I don't like to. You remember Destiny? I would flip out trying to do any of the PvP stuff.
Oh God, I know. Yeah.
It's just not my it's not my cup of tea. It never has been. Yeah.
No, that's cool. But I mean, I know Brian can attest, obviously, from Noobs and Pros here, because we're really trying to build a competitive scene here. Bringing in. We're trying to build the team right now for competitive play. Yeah. Like we've been to Combo Breaker. We have plans to put have people go over to Evo and just try to build, just trying to build a community here. I mean, that's what Battlegrounds is founded on.
I think it's cool to see people that are good at it.
Oh yeah,
I think that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm just not good at it, and I get frustrated. So I'm like, you know what, this isn't for me because I'm just going to scream at my TV, and I'm, being my age, it's just, It's funny when it's a kid screaming at the TV, but when you're a very much older grown man yelling at your television,
43. Yep.
I mean, it's not as funny.
I can't wait till
it's more funny.
I kind of feel like you're the old man screaming at the kid to get off your lawn. Like that's how I feel about when you play video games.
Yeah, seriously. Exactly. Yes.
Like, like I was over here by myself. Get out of my space. Like, that's
pretty much. Yeah, exactly that. However, then of course I'm the guy though that definitely loves and plays all of the extremely hard games, like all of the Dark Souls and Bloodborne.
Right, but those are
I 100% them.
Primarily
I find all of the
single player games. Yeah,
they are. But again, they're things that are insanely frustrating because of the difficulty.
Yeah.
Yet I like those.
Right.
and I'm good at them. But if you put other people in them, like what they did, when you get invaded, I just stand there and let the people kill me.
Oh, okay. You don't even try.
I'm like, you know what? Or I try to run back to the fire and then let them kill me at the fire, so at least I don't have far to walk.
Sure.
But that's
kind
just me.
of well. It kind of reminds me of like World of Warcraft days. Like, you're gonna get killed on a PvP server, but you try to die closer to the graveyard, so you don't have to run that back far. So
exactly.
Yeah. It's like, joke's on you, sucker. Yeah. But no, I think it's very cool. Like I said, I know, especially through being with noobs and pros and like trying to build this community of just, competition, friendly competition, obviously, just trying to bring in, a bigger gaming community. Because, we play all kinds of stuff. We play retro games. Obviously, we bring in arcade games. But a lot of the time, it's very competitive. Like, we try to play fighting games, the majority. Even Death Ball, when we brought that in last time. Hopefully, he'll be back again. I really hope. But the majority of the retro games that we bring in are like, PvP, like 1v1.
Yeah.
So
right.
I'm actually pretty excited to hear that. They're trying something new. And I think that's kind of the theme Nintendo has kind of been on for a long time, ever since Switch came out, is like, we know this doesn't work. Let's just do something that like is totally either out of left field or something that's just going to be, we know that this will be a cool idea. Let's just do it. Let's stop, limiting ourselves for everything we did wrong with the Wii U. Let's just make something brand new. Let's do something cool. And I think it's cool to see that they're, putting in, swappable parts and, allowing companies to, make controllers like this and licensing, their rights to it. I
absolutely agree.
Yeah. I'm really happy to see. I'm just really happy to see Nintendo's doing well. We've said that for a long time. Yeah.
You know what I think would be really innovative and just a leap in the right direction?
Metroid?
Metroid Prime on the Switch.
Right.
Just give me the Metroid trilogy.
Just do it.
Just come on. Right. Just come on. Just give me. If you don't want to give me the new one or even talk about it,
right?
Give me the old ones.
Yeah, just remaster
all together.
Well, for the love of God,
every show, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it. Every show, I'm going to go ahead.
Here's the thing I don't understand: is they remastered Bayonetta. Nobody ever asked for a remastered Bayonetta.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
I don't remember the lines of people being like, "Man, a game they should really remake." Bayonetta. It's like no one asked for it. Yeah.
And with that being said, how many people screaming, please give us Metroid. Give us Metroid.
Right.
I think Metroid is up there as popular with the fan base as a Zelda game.
Oh yeah, Zelda and Mario. Yeah.
It's a nit.
We get at least 2 Zelda games a year, or a massive Zelda game and expansions a year, or 2 or 3 Mario games a year. It's like, dude, just give us a Metroid game. Come on.
They gave, and it really bothered me that they put that other one out on just the 3DS.
Sure. Oh, the new one.
When they redid Metroid, what was it? The Return of Samus or Samus Returns. The second, so it was like Metroid 2. And it just, I wanted to play that really bad, but I don't have a 3DS anymore. And I thought, hey, eventually it'll be on the
Switch,
on the Switch's shop. And I doubt it ever will be, because that's just how they roll. But, the Switch is a perfect platform. It's great. And that, if they remastered those games, how good would they look? Just think about it.
Oh, no, I agree with you.
I think really cool.
I honestly think like the problem with Metroid though, it's always been hit or miss, because they've had amazing Metroid games, and then it's like, and they've just totally screwed the pooch on other ones. So I'm wondering if they're lingering too much on the past of like Federation Force, and they're really scared to put a new Metroid game out because they're like, I don't really know, how well this is going to go.
But people were mad because that wasn't Metroid.
Right.
They were like, oh, well, we're stepping away from Samus and this and that. But I mean, again, I'm right up there with those people always saying, you know what, we don't need more of like old games and this and that, but there are some games that we definitely need.
Sure, yeah.
And I think if they're putting out Metroid Prime 4, what about all the kids that are going to be like, well, I want to play the first three.
Story. Well, and wouldn't it be interesting too? Like, let's say 2019 rolls around, they do a treehouse, and they're like, hey, to get you ready, for 2019, Metroid 4, here's the remaster. I know you would be freaking out. You'd be texting me and screaming like a schoolgirl. Like, did you see this?
Oh yeah. I would definitely be doing all of the dancing.
Yeah.
In the streets.
The dancing in the streets. Nice. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 1980 gold. All right.
Exactly.
All right.
That would be me.
That's all right.
I'd be partying like it was 1999, I guess, then. I don't know.
So you're basically saying... You're basically saying David Bowie would come back to life, and Paul McCartney would... Well, no, I'm sorry. Mick Jagger would be there as well, and they'd just show up at your door, and they'd be, hey, Will, guess what time it is? Yeah.
Yes, it would be dancing in the streets.
It's called the internet, kids. Look it up. God, I can't do everything for you. All right. Moving on. Like I said, the rest of the show we're going to devote to Fortnite stories, talk about Fortnite, the most flippin' craziest game out there, the $1 billion golden goose that for some reason is just, it's a nonstop train. I did not realize how many things it actually inspires, and that's what we're going to talk about. So our final topic today, and trust us, it's going to take us at least 26 minutes to get through all these stories. We're talking about nothing but Fortnite for the rest of the show. I was going to add this into the show notes. I did not, though, but this was on Facebook today, and it made me laugh, and I'll read you my quote verbatim. I thought it was funny. People will probably just be like, you're an idiot, and that's fine. I get that a lot. You'd be surprised on how many times I get that, where people are like, you're just an idiot. So here's the article, okay? So it says, this 12-year-old is using Bible verses to guilt his mother into buying him Fortnite skins.
Oh, yes, I watched it, too. It was wonderful.
Yeah. Yep. So here's what I responded to, and I thought it was clever. One other person thought it was clever as well. And I said, and God said, go out into the lands of the battle royale wearing decorative skins and kill all in front of you until you reach victory. Leviticus 3:15. And I said, checks out. Can't argue with that. I thought it was funny.
Yep, right there.
But this is the culture that we're living in right now, where Fortnite is negating everything that's in pop culture right now. I mean, it's in professional sports with the dances. It's just everywhere. I mean, it's just crazy. The other thing that was announced, obviously, this week as well, is that we've been talking about this for a while, that Fortnite is coming to Android phones. Well, it turns out, per report, that if you've been waiting, obviously, with bated breath to play the Fortnite on your Android device, you're probably going to have to be patient for a while longer. So actually, this is from 9 to 5 Google reports, that the title will actually first become available only on Samsung's upcoming Galaxy Note 9. The handset is slated to be announced on the 9th, with pre-orders basically starting on the 14th. Lucky me, my phone's up for contract renewal. It also is expected to arrive in stores on August 24th. So pretty quick turnaround from basically announcement to pre-order to release.
To boom. Yeah, just suddenly.
So not too bad. I love the Galaxy. Look, I was a victim of the Galaxy Note 7 with the exploding batteries. Mine never exploded. I was just a victim because they discontinued the phone and stuck me with one that I didn't want. Yeah. Exactly. So we're all victims here. Even the person that got his leg burned off from the exploding battery. I feel your pain, bro. I do.
Although, you know what? I'm waiting. I mean, I'm not due until next year, but the rumors about that foldable phone that turns into like a 7-inch
I've heard
screen when it opens.
Yeah.
That thing sounds amazing. And I've heard that it's also going to be a gaming
phone. Yep.
So I'm actually gonna, I'm just kind of keeping all of my cards close to chest until then.
Well, and see, I don't even use my cell phone for gaming that much. I just love my 7 for the practicality of it. I love the pen.
Yeah, I loved my last Note. I loved it.
I loved how well it performed. I love basically just the feel of it and just the ease of use of it. And then stupid battery problem. So hopefully, they said they've taken steps, obviously, to make sure this doesn't ever happen again. We'll see. I didn't really care for the 8. I really was thinking about getting the Note 8. Didn't really care for it. It wasn't really a step further. This one actually seems pretty cool. So from what I've been reading.
Yeah, it does seem like it's going to be a big jump this time.
Right. But to obviously sweeten the pot, though, Fortnite's going to be available exclusively on Android for this device only. So, The other cool thing that I heard too is they said this phone is not going to be priced like the other Note systems. Because, I mean, you're talking $1,000 phone. They said this one's actually going to be pretty practical for price. So that's actually pretty cool. So keep obviously waiting. They will bring Fortnite obviously to the other existing Android devices, but they said it's probably going to be mid or late September. So hang in there, kids, if you obviously are not addicted to Fortnite enough. But like I said, continuing with our Fortnite, we all know that it's basically $1 billion franchise at this point. It just is. I mean, it just makes it's printing money is what it's doing.
Yeah. It's literally printing money.
It's literally printing money. And obviously, Funko, obviously the pop figure maker, they've announced already that they are going to be making Fortnite Funko Pops. I don't know exactly when they're going to be coming out, but the leak reveals basically that it's coming soon. So that's all I can tell you. But if you obviously don't have enough Fortnite stuff, I don't really know where to buy Fortnite franchise from. I haven't seen like anything except for like third-party sites like Wish and stuff like that, which Wish takes about 2 weeks to get to you, and it's all from China. So I don't know. I haven't really seen a lot of Fortnite merchandise out there. Like I don't see the backpacks or T-shirts or pickaxes, I guess. I'm guessing that's probably going to be in the direction. Well, I'm guessing that's going to be the direction they go in next is merchandise. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, Blizzard did. So, because, I mean, at one point in time, if you think about it, Overwatch was the biggest game out there. I mean, it was the number one game. Yep. They made merchandise. It was, the $1 billion baby as well. And now, unfortunately, Fortnite has swooped in, and it's just the way that, video games go. I mean, obviously, someday another game's going to come in and swoop in, and Fortnite will be no more. So, but just not anytime soon. Right. So I don't know. The other thing I wanted to talk about too is this is over as of it's over as of today. So it's not anything you can get into anymore, especially if you're listening on Thursday nights. I played a few rounds. I cannot get the 25 matches to get it done though. But I did not realize that Fortnite actually offers a chance to just regular Joe Schmoes out there to actually play and actually earn quite a bit of money just for playing the game. So obviously they had a mode called Solo Showdown that was available. It's a limited time, but basically it's single player game. But basically the way they awarded it was you get 6 points for every elimination, 100 points for every victory royale, and basically you get just 25 matches to prove that you're one of the best solo Fortnite players in your region. The grand prize of this, I don't know who won as of yet. I'm sure it'll be announced soon. 50,000 V-Bucks. Just to give you an idea of how much money that is. What is it? It's 2,500 maybe is 25. Well, I think 2,700 V-Bucks. $26. So that's insane for how many V-Bucks you're getting. I mean, that's almost $50,000 of V-Bucks. If you think of like V-Bucks as $1 a pop, it's probably a little less than $50,000, but that's a pretty big pot for anybody
just
that
wants a regular person.
Yeah, for a regular person, you could basically buy any skin you wanted to for the next couple of years. Which is, I mean, like I said, it's worth its weight in gold. So, but I thought it was really cool that they did that, though, because, I mean, obviously, there's professional Fortnite players that are on Twitch and have, their streams and millions of people watching, and they get paid, sponsorships and things like that. And they have all these companies that give away V-Bucks all the time, contests and stuff like that. But it's just really cool to see a game invest back in its community like that. So it was from July 27th through July 30th. I played a few matches. I did pretty well. My biggest thing is I do not know how to build as well as I need to know. Because there's some kids out there that are insane builders.
Just so fast.
Just
like,
so
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can map the things the way you want them so that people are really good at it.
Yeah.
But I just don't get it. I'm like,
right.
I'm just Captain Derpy Hands. It's like I can't do it.
I do pretty good. I've been playing a lot of matches. Obviously, I've been able to complete all my quests ever since this season came out. So I'm 3 weeks in, Gone on my quest for all 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I know where all the secrets are for every 3 weeks. I look them up, and I'm able to find them pretty easily. I do my challenges daily. I'm probably level 72, 73 in the challenge bracket right now, so I'm almost to 100. And I mean, obviously, there's 10 weeks of a season, so I'll definitely hit it probably in the next couple. I'll probably hit a level 100, maybe probably 2-3 more weeks the way I'm going, which is pretty exciting because the character that they give you at the level 100 is pretty sweet. It's like this big Viking dude. But a lot of the stuff too is just it's worth the money to spend on the season pass. Or the season itself, not the season pass. You have to buy per season because they give you so much stuff, and they give you a jump start. They mark you up to level 25 when you start, and then just the stuff that you can buy and get. Well, not buy, but just get with just the XP that you earn. It's definitely worth it. I mean, there's just tons of characters, tons of gliders, tons of skins. There's just really cool things. So
it's funny, for all of the games that are like that, I like Fortnite the most because even when I do play it, I don't get like angry when I lose. I'm just like, oh well, that was
just
funny.
play another round.
And it's not like, it doesn't make me feel mad when I lose.
Sure.
Because it's always, you can easily just immediately jump into another game, and nothing's ever malicious. It's not like people are doing it just to be jerks.
Right.
It's the point of it, and
camping
it is what it is,
things like
but
that.
it's goofy. Yeah.
Well, and for me, like honestly, like even if you're not a hardcore player, like you can like if you're not a single solo player, I would say it's even more hardcore when it gets into duos. Like seriously, with teams, that gets pretty intense because those people know what they're doing. If you're really like relaxed player, they have modes for you. Like there's 50 versus 50, and that's just comic fun. I mean, it's 50 people versus 50 people. So if you're not any good, you got 49 other people that can carry you. Depending on how many people join the game, obviously. So, but yeah, I would agree with you. I think Fortnite is just comic fun, and I think it's just there's a reason why it's so popular. The only thing I hate, obviously, is it's a single map. I know the map's huge, and there's a million places you can go, but it's like I'm at the point now where it's like I really wish they would develop a new map. And maybe they are, but I'm really at that point where it's like I would really like a rotation of maps. So
with the creator of the game being a billionaire at this point,
right?
He damn well better be making more maps.
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, they honestly, they have a rotation of skins they put through. Right now they have the movie monster one that I saw, and I'm like, I want it so bad, but it's like 2,000 V-Bucks. So I was like, I'm not spending money on fake skins. So, but I was just like, it's so cool. So, but I mean, they have a ton of skins and just a ton of fun things you can play with, and I would just say it's a well done game. Like, I mean, we talked about this, like, when PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds first came out, and I got into the beta. I loved it. I was like, it's a really cool game. A lot of people Battle Royale games have been out for a while, but until PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds came out, I don't think people really realized what the, possibilities or what the potential of these games could be.
Yeah.
So
they could really be.
Right.
Yeah.
So PUBG opened the door. So I would say PUBG is kind of like the founder, even though I know it's not the first one. But I would say it was probably one of the first ones that was the most popular because everybody was playing it. And then Fortnite came in and just swooped, right under the rug. Like nobody, it came out of nowhere. Everybody that played original Fortnite was like, save the world, which was basically you versus, zombie characters, and you build stuff and have a lot of fun, and it was a really cool game. But then this Battle Royale mode came out, and it just, like, overnight, it just blew up. Like, just, I don't know where the popularity or the, the need, well, not so much the need, but I just don't understand how it became so popular so fast.
So fast.
Right.
Out of nowhere. Yeah. Like, literally, I remember us joking, saying that this wouldn't last long, and Fortnite's version of it was gonna just probably get shut down because it was just a clone of PUBG. And PUBG was so popular, and now it's surpassed everything.
Like, it's just the most ridiculous game that is out there. I mean, kids play it, adults play it. Just everybody. I mean,
everybody knows it. Everybody plays it. Everybody knows the emotes, the dances, everything. It is taken over by so much force and storm. I don't think I've seen something this big in a very long
time. Yeah. I would say, like, honestly, like, I kind of feel, obviously they have nothing to do with each other, but what I'm talking about is the popularity. I haven't seen this much popularity over something since the Wii. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Just the craze of it.
Like, just blew up out of nowhere.
Right. Because, I mean, if you look back, like, when the Wii came out, everybody's like, oh my God, motion controllers. And it's like, that was the first thing that they ever seen. It blew up everywhere, sold, obviously 100 million units. This is kind of how I feel. I mean, literally, this game, and I'm not talking, obviously, even facetiously or being figurative right now. I'm talking literally, this game has made $1 billion.
Yeah.
That's not even a joke. That's
Nope.
That's a hard fact.
Actually, $1 billion.
$1 billion. So just in a video game. And I mean, honestly, like I even talk about like numbers like Grand Theft Auto 5 making like $1 million within, obviously its first week of release, which was huge. And I mean, they're still doing very well, but they're still in the millions. I'm talking $1 billion. They've made off a free video game. It's a free video game, and they've made $1 billion off of this.
That's where you really scratch your head and go, holy shit, really?
Yeah.
It's a free game.
Right.
He's a billionaire off of something he gave away.
Right. And they've been able to do it by just the skins and stuff like that. Yeah.
Completely brilliant.
It's just unreal.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So
I like I said, it's hard for me to wrap my mind around it. It still
really
is.
Yeah. And Mike, can we come up with something like that? Because I don't know about you, but I could use $1
billion. Yeah.
I mean, I'll settle out of court right now for $350. Just $350.
Okay. Is the Loch Ness monster been around your house tricking you again? Somebody's been watching a little bit too much South Park. All right. So yeah. All right. Yeah. But I mean, obviously, continue on with our stories. These are the two stories that I was talking about where the line has been crossed. Okay, and obviously, one's a lot worse than the other one. So bear with me that this one's not so bad. But there's a United Kingdom paintball park that just opened up, and guess what they did? They modeled their whole entire park from Fortnite. Not even kidding.
Yep. Wow.
Yeah, so it's set across 6 acres of, I can't even pronounce this name, I'm going to butcher it, Leicestershire countryside. I'm guessing England somewhere? I don't know. It's in the UK.
I think it's Leicester or I don't know, because here in Massachusetts we have a town that's spelled like that.
I gotcha.
And it's not Leicester or Leicester.
Sure.
It's Leicester.
I getcha. Leicestershire? I don't know. Yeah. So, but it's 6 acres. So massive theme, but it's Fortnite themed. So they've added, basically you can play your matches in solo, duos, or squads. Wonder where that got from. While parents can relax in our refreshment zone. Enjoy running around outdoors this summer with your mates, playing your favorite game. They definitely weren't shy about obviously taking exact cues from the game with having the same landing zone names as the game itself. There's a map, and I can link the map on Twitter. I'll make sure we do that. But there's Pleasant Park, Retail Row, Tilted Towers, Lucky Landing, and Greasy Grove. They're even spelled the exact same way. So it's not like they were trying to,
they
shy
weren't
away
subtle
from it.
about it. They just were like, yep,
they're just
this is what we're doing.
Yeah, we're copying this. They even have exact replica llamas everywhere to be seen. I just think it's interesting. They're just like, yep, we're copying it. What makes it even more interesting, though, is that Epic Games themselves have gone above and beyond to protect their property, even going as so far as to trademark their infamous Slurp juice. Since the laser tag park, it's laser tag. I'm sorry, it's not paintball. So it's laser tag. So even better.
Yeah.
So laser tag park also features, I guess, I'm trying to think. I think they had Slurp juice as a refreshment. So yeah, they're totally ripping off Fortnite. Like, this is a blatant ripoff. Like, PUBG suing Fortnite for likeness rights, like, that's not going to hold up in court. Like, this probably could potentially be a lawsuit if they wanted to pursue it.
If they wanted to,
yeah. I don't know if they are. It'd be interesting to see if it ever happened, but yeah, I don't know what they're doing. So, but it's just interesting. So basically, if you guys want to go check it out, obviously go over to UK, look it up online. I'll try to see if I can post a link on our website. Well, actually, I'll just post it on Twitter. So just look for @DadsTheGame. You'll be able to find there. I post stuff every now and then, so please make sure you follow us on Twitter. We try to be funny as we can on there and try to keep you up to date with our news. That's crazy, man. It just, I mean, like I said, I know everything gets inspired, and obviously the next story we're going to talk about even goes one step further than that. Which I know for a fact I have extensively researched over and over and over again. I had to make sure. I didn't know.
Yep.
So I just had to make sure
there was no inaccuracies in the way that everything was being portrayed.
I just had to. You know, it was just one of those things where I'm just like, no, I'm going to bear down and I'm going to get through this, and it doesn't matter how many times I have to watch it. I'm going to watch it.
You just take one for the team.
I'm going to take one
because you're that kind of guy.
Right.
It's really nice of you.
So what I'm talking about is I can't even finish that sentence. Okay. This is the most ridiculous Fortnite has gotten. So you've made it when there's a pornography made about you. There's a Fortnite parody called FortNut. Which, like I said, I knew I had to bring out a story to you guys. So I've watched this extensively just to make sure how accurate it was. Just many nights in the dark with my wife away. We're just going to stop there. Nobody wants to think about me doing that. But basically, I don't know what Epic Games is going to do about this because obviously it's called FortNut. But it's just very interesting that they made a pornography about this. And
really
obviously, well, I mean, Overwatch has
funny.
A porn. Oh, well, it's funny.
Well, of course it does.
I mean, Overwatch has a porn about it. Where they've taken characters of Overwatch and made a pornography about it. But I don't really know. I mean, can you honestly, I know everybody has a different fetish, but I mean, could you really just sit down and be like, man, this Fortnite's hot. I really wish there was a porn about it. Oh, wait, now there is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where they get their ideas from sometimes. Like, I know there's a Simpsons porn, like seriously. Or there's a Family Guy porn. Like, they've taken cartoon and they've dressed people up like, the real life characters. I don't know how I know this. I just do. Please just take my word for it.
It's okay.
I know. I'm a guy. I'm sorry.
We're not judging you.
I know. I know. What'd they say? Idle hands are the devil's playgrounds. Oh, God, that's true. We're just going to leave that at that. All right. But it just like I said, this is the part where, like, I would honestly say, along with the story today about the mother who was guilted into, buying Fortnite skins for her son. Here's the thing: you're the parent. You control what your kids do.
Yep.
You obviously, if they quote Bible verses back, I'd be like, good job on learning something. But no, it's not going to happen. You have that power. I'm just saying. So there's no Bible verse out there that's going to be like, yeah, he's got a good point. I need to go spend $50 on Fortnite skins.
Yeah. Right.
But like I said, I think like as a society, like I'm honestly this is my question to everybody, and this is the question I want you guys to respond to this week. When's the bottom going to drop out? Like, that's what I want to know. Yeah. When's the bottom going to drop out?
When does everybody get bored?
Right.
When do they quit?
Right. Because, I mean, we're talking laser tag, we're talking franchising, well, not franchising, but I mean, obviously merchandise. We're talking, pornography. We're talking, just everything out there, likeness rights. I mean, we're talking just crazy, crazy, crazy Fortnite. When's it going to drop out, though? Because, I mean, eventually you have to figure. I mean, obviously the Wii died off. Everybody was mad about that for a long time. This has been on news stories. This has been in just everywhere. This has been a big problem right now for video gamers because this is the reason why a lot of people are saying, like, video games are an addiction because of this game. Because kids are playing it nonstop. Here's the thing.
It was the same with WoW. It was the same.
That's true.
Just, what are you gonna?
Yeah.
There's always going to be some sort of criticism when something
craze
becomes so madly popular,
right,
that there's nothing that you can do
to stop it.
Stop it. I mean, it's going to run its course, and then we get all our extremely awesome, little clips and memes and stuff with kids tantruming and screaming because they got their WoW account shut off, and whatever.
They got banned from Fortnite.
Someone will have their Fortnite account, taken away, and they'll lose their marbles.
Right.
It's fine.
Shove a controller up their butt like that one kid did.
Yeah.
Look it up, kids. It's on the internet. Yeah.
It's all.
But like I said, I think that's my question this week. So if you guys want to respond, if you want to be obviously, interactive with us, email us this week. You can find our email address on our website. Just go to noobsandpros.com. And like I said, click on the link that says Dad's the Game. You'll find our email address. You can find how to contact us. You can buy a shirt if you want to. But that's my question this week. When do you think the bottom is going to fall out? And I'm going to read the responses if we get any next week on the show. So definitely want to be a part of that. Please email us, send us a message. We'll read your responses on the show next week. And we'll debate it. But I honestly, I don't know. I think honestly, this may be World of Warcraft-ish. I honestly think this may have a good 6-7 years behind it before the bottom falls out.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. Depending on what they do.
I would say maybe another 2 years.
I don't know. It depends what they do. If they put more maps in.
People are fickle, and when the next big thing comes, what's going to stop them from just, dropping Fortnite for the next game that's like Fortnite and looks like it but has different maps and is equally as quirky. I mean, that's why it became as popular, I think, is because it's not photorealistic.
Sure.
It's goofy.
It's just goofy. Yeah.
And silly.
Yeah.
So even young kids can get in on it, and it's not you're shooting other people, but it's not made to be serious or gory in any way.
It's not realistic violence. I mean, it's just comic violence. Yeah, it's no worse than reading a comic book. Yeah. So, but like I said, that's the show. I know we obviously spent a ton of time talking about Fortnite, but like I said, it's gotten to the point to where it's here's the line.
This is what we have to talk about.
Yeah, here's the line. You have now officially crossed it. So, like I said, I would really love to know your thoughts and opinions on this. Please email us. Let us know. Like I said, any responses we get, we'll go ahead and read on the show next week, and we'll go ahead and give you a special shout out. We always appreciate anybody who listens. But we got to get out of here. That was our time. We do thank you for listening. Obviously, make sure you tune in Thursday nights, Podcast Radio Network. We're on 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Check out our website, noobsandpros.com. Just click on the tab that says Dad's the Game. But we love you. We do thank you for listening. Even if you're an old folks home, we still love you. Just listen to that background music. Fortnite? Huh? 2 weeks? What? That's a joke. Yeah. All right. But we got to get out of here. We will talk to you later. And we hope you have a good week. Bye now.
Thank you for listening to the Dad's the Game radio podcast. Email us your questions and hate mail to dadsthatgamepodcast@gmail.com.